Okay, here we are again. It has been a very long time since I've uploaded a video, and so hoping to get back into it from now. And on the screen is obviously my most dominating tank, or my favorite tank at the moment, being the Centurion. So much has actually happened since the last video, beginning with this. Look at that. Look at that sexy, sexy tank, the Cromwell B. That looks fucking super, super sick. Even with the funky blue camouflage, which is arguably a bit of a myth, actually. So there is some stories in some circles that the blue is not actually as blue as this in North Africa. However, I still think it looks really, really cool. So, may be wondering what the hell I'm doing with this. So, I have decided to purchase a couple of tanks. First one being this, and the next one being this. Look at that thing. That's fucking pretty cool. Okay, so let me take you through the reasons why I have chosen these two tanks. So if you remember from my previous videos that the Cromwell, I did have a Cromwell, I did not have a crew for the Cromwell. So this Cromwell was just sitting there. I just could not bear to bring myself to sell it, because it's a fun tank. It's a really, really fun tank to drive. And this Cromwell, or not this Cromwell, well actually, to some extent this Cromwell as well. However, the previous Cromwell just kept on being a bit of an earner for me. So not so much in terms of credits, but in terms of good matches and returning good results with lots of medals and the like, and just making the whole WOT of tanks thing very enjoyable, especially when I've got to grind this motherfucker out, which is a piece of shit. This is my biggest and heaviest and most expensive fucking tank. And this gun right here is, I think it's a tier 7 gun? Tier 8 gun. Yes, tier 8 gun. And when you come up against tier 10s or even tier 9s, it's just completely ineffectual. Unfortunately, I have a long way to go to get to the tier 10 gun, and looking forward to when that actually happens. So, while grinding this out, was having a lot of fun in my Cromwell, and so started doing some research. Cromwell B seemed to be a bit of a contender, solving the issues of sticking with the Cromwell and gaining a Cromwell crew as well. So where the Cromwell didn't have a crew before, and it was just kind of just hanging out there using the crew of the Comet. It's still producing good results with like a 70% crew. Now it has its own dedicated crew, and as you can see, I'm starting to earn a few funds from both this and the Scorpion. So the reason why I have this is to train the crew for both this tank and the Jag Panther. And once I eventually get rid of the Jag Panther 2, to train up the Jag Panther crew into the Jag Tiger. So this is my my new goal. This has been the goal of my German tank destroyer line for quite some time. Basically, as soon as I got the Jag Panther, also have marks of excellence. Look at this thing. So those marks of excellence came out of the blue. Must have just been doing a lot of damage in this tank, and to be honest, was playing a hell of a lot better in this tank than this tank. Like the stats on this tank are just gonna be shit. Let's have a look at them. Vehicles. Where Jag Panther is 44%. Yeah, okay. And where's the other one? Jag Panther. Oh, shit. Where is it? Oh my god. Haven't been down this little menu in a long time. Jag Panther 2, 44%. So it's actually even. And 63 battles in that versus 384. So a long way to go, and and hopefully my stats improve once I find that new gun for the Jag Panther 2. At the moment, just basically being what, I don't know, 1,000 hit points or 3,000 hit points or whatever it happens to be, worth of experience for some dude in tier 9 or 10, just soaking up bullets basically. So just target practice. So completely unable to affect anything over tier 8. They're really having a bit of a bad time with that tank at the moment. I haven't played this one in a little while since I got the Marks of Excellence, which I am actually quite proud about. Also have this little troll tank, or this little premium tank, which was free for Wargame's birthday, I believe. This thing has troll armor, so this gun is pretty inaccurate. It's not too bad playing on a map like Himmelsdorf or something, and you bury it behind a pile of rubble, and you're able to stabilize the gun somewhat, and especially when you're up against players that are inexperienced and either sloping their armor or using cover to hide the more vulnerable parts of their tank, then you can do a little bit of damage with this tank, and because of this immense slope, especially on the front that this tank has, you're able to bounce a lot of shots. Other news. So KV2, I believe I had just gotten on my last video. However, actually, maybe not. This is actually a new addition since my last video. So kicking around in the KV2. Do have a little bit of improvement to make with this tank, especially mainly the tracks and the turret. And after that, we'll probably remain on the KV2 and look to instead upgrade the KV1S to the IS KV85. There we are. KV85 is the next one on the cards for this tank. Still have not managed to sell the ELC. I fucking hate this tank. I have not played it in a very long time, and it's just here pretty much just soaking up dust, really. Eventually, once I make the new purchases, we'll look at moving this tank on in lieu of getting the MX 12 ton for replacements. So that's pretty much where we are in terms of the Stuart. Still rocking that. So loving this particular tank and this particular tank as my main spotters. Just whizzing around when I am sick of playing the heavies. Then get into those smaller tanks and just carve up the battlefield. And that is one thing that I like with this particular tank. Anyway, I'll take this Cromwell out for a spin and show you what it can do. Okay, kicking it with the Cromwell at El Halouf. This is one of my favorite maps. I've got some cool blue spray paint on my tank in a pretty good tier. What do we have against us? We got the Black Prince, we got the T29, we got the Tiger P, should be okay to take down. T20, probably want to stay away from the sharp end. Heavy tank number 6, Armored with Butter, will fucking penetrate that like a motherfucker, especially from the rear. And the rest are a whole bunch of mediums, lights, and assorted artillery, as well as the Stug 3G. Stug 3G is a piece of shit. So, used to have a Stug 3G, got rid of that pretty quickly. Actually, am I thinking of the 3G or 3B? This is what I'm thinking of, the premium. Been 3G. Then it certainly is the one that I got rid of. See if I can help out this looks. Don't really have the gun depression here. Probably going to get spotted as well, so not really that keen. He's taking fucking bulk hits down there. I think I've just been fired upon and taken hits now by an MX-12. Only a moderate amount of damage, however. Gonna wait it out until that Cheeto disappears and then get the fuck out of here. What do we have up the ridge? We've got 3G. SU-122 is moving down, and then it's just artillery. So we probably want to maintain this position. Getting fired upon again. Unclear whether that's the artillery. It's unlikely to be the artillery, to be honest, because there are 3 shots there. And there's only 2 enemy artillery pieces in this game. That Cheeto is still moving up the hill. Seems to be artillery affecting him, and hopefully he just fucking stays down there. He is probably spotted me from that angle. Hopefully the arty can get him, or maybe we might have to head down there and finish him off. Might move down to this little rock in preparation for moving down the cliff. There's an M4 coming up as well, so really gotta try and spot that guy. Hopefully avoid any returns fire, which we managed to do. So that's kind of cool. I reckon we will have to, yeah, fuck it. Let's just commit. Let's just get down there and go on. Don't really want to hang around. Fuck! What the hell's going on? Die, you fucking bastard. Okay, time to get the hell out of Dodge. Got a looks over here. He's he's turning to attack. So and he's managing to stay on my rear. So I might just do the old switcheroo here and put him on my front as fast as possible, and then dispatch that motherfucker back into the grave and continue to evade any kind of spotting that the enemy is going to conduct on us. Hopefully not. Ah, we're still inside by the fucking tank destroyers. They're going to hang out behind this building and wait for that spotting to go away. So, okay, let's reassess here. Did that M4 die? He did. So that avenue could actually be relatively clear. Still not going to take any chances. Going to back off right down here and avoid that the fire from the 12 ton and whatever tank destroyer is up there. Going to have a little peek around here. Hopefully not knock over that tree and assess what equipment they've got covering that access route up the hill. Maybe we can get a shot on the T20. He seems to be aware of our presence there. Seems to have taken off a track or something there. So is he going to light up again? No, he's not. Okay, so this is actually a pretty good example about how I'm pretty addicted to Sixth Sense, and I just use Sixth Sense obviously to kind of poke out from cover and identify if anyone's actually spotted me and whether it's safe to continue with that course of action, whatever it may be, whether it be remain in cover or move out from there. So we'll probably take my familiar route up the mountain. That T20 seems to have moved to the left-hand side, my left-hand side of that particular mountain, so we're going to go up the right. SU-22 is has a good health, a good amount of health to deal with any kind of damage coming his way. There is a understrength tank destroyer and a light tank settling up here. The 3G should be dispatched with relative ease. I'm going to shoot this fucking guy in the arse if I can actually put a shot on target. Fuck! And unfortunately can't. So this guy's going to poke his head out. No, he's not. Hopefully I can get that guy. Yeah, managed to dispatch the 3G. So, and has this guy noticed yet? No, he hasn't. Now he's noticing. Oh, it's fucking too late for that guy. There's a bit of arty down there. Seem to have lost a track. Come on, you bastard! Just fucking heal this. Ah, god damn it! I thought I was gonna carry the team to victory. However, he gets shot in the ass by this 12 ton as oh damn it! We're sitting on a nice 4 kills as well, but like really, where are we gonna go from there? We got two arties and a medium tank, which is a Chinu, who's just recently died. But Jesus, that is a shame. That is a massive shame. Shame, shame, shame. Obviously, there's a little bit of shit in the chat, so people are going nuts about that. I suppose it was a bit of a long haul. We did have to take down a couple of tank destroyers, a light tank, a medium, and 3 or 4 heavies there. Unsure if we even had the ammunition, to be honest, to take care of all of that. So I think we are carrying a couple of premiums at the moment, but really just waiting for this last guy to die. Yeah, but really, I don't think we're going to do very well. Had I managed to stay alive. Still, you know, it would have been fun. It would have been really cool. So let's have a look at the post-mortem. Post-mortem reveals that earned 19 grand and 521 experience. So where does that sit? That sits well below this 122 dude that moved up that re-entrant to take on a couple of tank destroyers and eventually die, I suppose. Unsure who he killed. So let's try and fuck it, whatever. We managed to take down 4 dudes with 593 experience and ended up top of the tree at 401 base experience points, and our spotting provided 917 hit points worth of damage for other team members. Ended up earning a tidy but not significant amount of 11 grand, considering that the repair kit was as much as the vehicle itself. So really got to be kind of stringent with them. Anyway, back on the horse at Kharkov in tier 7. Did have a feeling as though it's going to be a tier 7 game, and got an IS ahead of us. That's not too bad. Couple of SU-122s. Scorpion, that's not the Scorpion G. Heavy tank number 6 should be okay. Rudy, it's a little fast little nimble tank. T-37. Okay, so this is a perfectly manageable game for the Cromwell B. And really the only hindrance to this game that's going to occur is the fact that I just do not fucking know this map. Like, I know this map, but it comes up so rarely. Like, I know of this map, let's just say, it comes up so rarely that that I just don't know how to play it. Generally take myself around to this undulating terrain and this sparse or kind of lightly dense, lightly populated area to the northeast of the map. Correction, the other northeast, the northwest. However, that's really the realm of the light tanks, as you can see. Both of those tanks moving up there. Okay, try and get an early shot onto that Skoda as well as that M25. But we're going to back off a little bit. He's using fucking heat as well, so going to get the fuck out of here basically. Exposing my side to him. He's got a very rapid firing gun, so I just want to get the hell out of there as fast as possible. It is a bit of a dangerous little tank, that MT25, isn't it? So taken away probably a third of my health, which I'm not particularly happy about. Excuse me. Gonna support this T21 by pushing up hard on his flank and giving him some support. Hopefully taking out that particular tank. Another shot. God damn it! What kind of shot is that, hey? And that should finish him off nicely. That MT25 is still alive, surprisingly. So maybe not surprisingly, could be a pretty handy driver at the wheel. The KV-1S seems to be poking around the corner, so just going to hang out here until one of those heavy tanks does actually appear in earnest, and then possibly try and track that particular vehicle. Actually, it might push around in this dead ground. Looks like they're either backing off or maybe never actually committed as heavily as I previously thought. So managing to target this guy on the side. Fuck! There's that fucking MT25 again. Where the hell is the fucking supply support? Probably shouldn't have exposed my tank like that. Like, that was actually a little bit stupid. And we should be able to finish off this guy now though. So come on with that fucking... Yeah, got him. Okay, let's evacuate from the area as fast as possible. Fucking KV-1S is looking to engage me in my fucking ass. Hopefully I can put some ground or use the terrain and just get the fuck out of there, basically. And we should be able to do that relatively well. As long as I can just... He might get me here. Ah, no, he's not going to get me. So that's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to hump over this ridge here. And, oh shit, taking shit from the side now. So there's that fucking scorpion. And I should finish him now. Fucking there we go again. Firing on the move. I should have had both of those tanks. Damn it! I should have been able to deal with both of those tanks, which is again disappointing. And it looks like we're in for a bit of a defeat on this map. However, there we are. Couple of games there, highlighting the speed and maneuverability of this tank. It's a pretty good tank. I think in both of those games, or maybe that last one in particular, it really is. The gun has a massive problem firing on the move, like an absolute massive problem, which is disappointing because this thing travels like lightning, and if that gun was accurate, you could just never stop and just pump and. You could keep pumping rounds down on target and just own players, but I suppose every tank's got to have a disadvantage, and it seems as though that firing on the move is really the disadvantage of this particular tank. But there we go. Them's the brakes. That's the Cromwell B. It's smoking away there. Did manage to get a couple of kills. That T-29 seems to be putting up a bit of a fight, but eventually gets taken down by those. Ironically, well, maybe not ironically, but the two tanks that killed me as well. Okay, let's have a look at the post-game stats. So in defeat, we end up with 13 grand earned and 9 grand in the pocket. That T-29 really did put up a substantial fight there, and our damage is really on the lower side of the scale there. So anyway, that's the Cromwell. So thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you later.